All right, everyone, we are back, and this time we're in Sonoma. We're in the heart of wine country, but on the west coast, closer to the ocean. Nice cool breezes, great Pinot Noir and Chardonnay. We're going to Flowers today. Flowers is one of the best known Pinot Noir and Chardonnay houses in Sonoma, in California. This is a beautiful property. We walked around, we tasted some wine, we bought some wine. So get your glasses ready. We're heading to Flowers. This is Wine by the Bay TV. Let's get started. Welcome back to another episode of Wine by the Bay TV. I'm your host, George Bachara. Okay, so as I said, we're at Flowers in Sonoma, just north of Santa Rosa, right in the heart of the Russian River Valley. That's where the property is, but they source grapes from all over Sonoma, a lot of coastal stuff going on. They have a couple of single vineyard designated sites as well. As you can see, the property is really, really pretty. They put a lot of time and effort into the grounds, and it shows just by these pictures. This is the entrance area. There's a little desk set up outside, and they have the glasses ready to go, give you a little rosé right away. And this is a really nice rosé. We got a little taste of it. It's really nice, and I'll go into that a bit more once we sit down. But after you get a little sip of rosé, you kind of head inside, and you can see there's a little vestibule coming up. The vestibule is huge. It's like a, I don't know, 20, 25 foot wall that goes up to the staircase, which leads to the main kind of receiving area. And there's some footage of that as well. They've got a fireplace, so you can go indoor, you can go outdoor. Today was a very, very pretty day, so we obviously made it a point to go outdoors. And you can see plenty of seating inside when the weather isn't quite so great. But why wouldn't you want to sit outside when you've got a day like today? Look at that sunshine, nice cool temperatures. When you think of California, especially Northern California, you really think of this type of weather. And then we got to the table, and look what we got here. A little welcome packet. It says the Bachara family, or Bachara party, excuse me, the date and what they're going to be pouring, including a little bit of a charcuterie tray. I mean, charcuterie isn't really the right word. It's more like a vegetable and cheese tray. It was delicious, very refreshing, really worked well. Even though cheese and meat is traditional, this lighter fare really went well with the lighter styles of wine that they're serving. So please like and subscribe to the channel if you're enjoying this video. Share this video around. Let your friends take a look at what goes on in Sonoma and wine country. Leave a comment. If you enjoy our content, this really helps the algorithm so we can continue to make some great content for you. Okay, so back to the wine. So that's the rosé. As I said, I'd tell you a little bit about it. It had some really nice strawberry on the nose, a little rose petal, a little hint of grapefruit, a little salinity as well. Really great wine. It was made with intent. They didn't just make this as a throwaway. Okay, now we're going to move on to the Sonoma Coast Journey, the first tasting and the official tasting. And this comes from the Sonoma Coast, which you'll see in just a moment. It's a very long part of the Sonoma Coast, long part of the Northern California coast, and it stretches all the way down to the San Pablo Bay, down past Petaluma, and it's really an extensive area. This Chardonnay was super nice, very pleasant. I'm not a big Chardonnay fan personally, but you can see the color is like a light gold, maybe intense yellow straw color. I thought that it had nice Meyer lemon flavors to it, a little pineapple, a little lemon soda and some white flowers, maybe a hint of vanilla, and definitely some salinity as well. Then we went into the Flowers Pinot. All right, there's two of them there, so we're going to talk a little bit about that in just a minute, but I wanted to show you kind of where they're sourcing their grapes from. They have two estate properties that they're pretty proud of. If you look on the specs of both of those, you'll see that they're planted kind of more than 20 years ago, more than 25 years ago too, and over 1,000, almost 2,000 feet elevation, just a couple of miles from the Pacific. That's probably why I'm tasting all that salinity. So you can see kind of where the Pacific Ocean is in relation to these wines. As you can see, the intensity and color of this wine is super good. Nice and dark. It didn't feel heavy, even though it didn't have a whole lot of like clarity to it in terms of like whether you could see your fingers through there or not. And that's that vegetable plate. It was so refreshing, such a difference from the standard charcuterie with all the meat on there. It was really, really appropriate for the wines we were drinking. And there's the color that I wanted to show you again. Both of those wines had good color, nice dark color, almost a blueberry-like characteristic to both of them. Definitely had some raspberry involved as well. But you can see there's a good intensity, even though the wines weren't super, super heavy. Just what you want from a Pinot. You want a little flavor, but you still want a light body wine as well. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the Fort Ross Seaview. This one comes from the Fort Ross Seaview sub-appellation, what they call a nested AVA. And you'll see just a minute from the map that it's kind of like contained inside the West Sonoma Coast AVA. It's a relatively new AVA that they just carved out a few years ago. And you can see that the wine is very similar in color and style to the last Pinot that we were looking at. And there's some more of that color. You can see it against the white background. This one smelled a little more closed. Still has some salinity, a little green pepper, some vegetal kind of aspects to it. You could definitely taste the raspberry and the cherry, a little bit more pronounced alcohol, but not hot, just a little bit warmer. And this one was a really interesting wine, much more complex than the last one. We had a really great time there. I'm not a big Pinot and Chardonnay guy, but I have to say, stepping out of my comfort zone, this was kind of fun, so I really enjoyed visiting. I encourage you, if you're in the Napa or Sonoma area, to visit Flowers. This has been George, Wine by the Bay TV, and we'll see you again next time.